Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this series where I listen and react to my old music. In the last two videos, we checked out the blender years followed by the transition years. If you've missed those videos, links are in the description. I'll also be posting links to full versions of everything you hear here over at my second channel. We left off with me just about to head to Toronto to start my studies at Humber College. Of all the years I played guitar, my first year of my post-grad may have been when I made the most progress. I was completely focused on music and practiced religiously. Jazz was my main focus and I was fully engaged in it. I've got a video from our recital at the end of the year. We're doing a Thelonious Monk tune called Monk's Dream. Let's check it out. Still a lot of work to be done, but I can see the tools developing. Within the first couple days of getting to Toronto, I met this guy in skinny jeans and a Mars Volta t-shirt. Him and I hit it off right away, and before long, my new friend Joel invited me to try out for his ska band. This band was incredibly fun to play in. It was a 10-piece group with horns as the main feature. We played old ska tunes by people like Don Drummond, the Scatolites, as well as a number of originals written by the leader of the group, Graham. With this band, I played countless gigs around Toronto and Montreal, had a ton of fun and many a wild night. We recorded an EP and there's one song with a pretty decent guitar solo by yours truly. Those guys are still playing around Toronto. Check them out, it's a great show. Sound One opened a bunch of doors for me. There were a number of session gigs I did because of my connections with those guys. I did everything from playing more ska to traditional New Orleans jazz band stuff. My third year of my 5 years studying music in Toronto, I hit the wall with jazz. I was practicing it pretty intensely and just got burnt out on it. Around that time, my friend Mike from Sound One showed me a video of a girl he knew singing Amy Winehouse songs. I was absolutely floored by her and knew that I needed to work with her. Before we ever met, I'd started writing songs for her to sing. We'd eventually record these songs in my basement apartment. Joel from Sound One on drums, my buddy Kurt on bass, and Chelsea singing. I wrote the songs and played all the other stuff. Together, we were 2 seasons. Here's a song called I Wouldn't Ask for Anything to Change from the Made in Basements album.
And I wouldn't ask for anything to change. The days I want to live all just stay the same, and if I spend them with you, there's nothing more this life I'll need to do.
I mean, compared to the stuff I was writing in the transition years, I hear a night and day difference. Not only in the songwriting, but in the production value as well. We only ever played one gig as Chelsea ended up heading down to New York to pursue her passion as a screenwriter. One cool thing that came of this is when I put the songs on SoundCloud, for some reason I don't know, one of the tunes got about 25,000 plays. You can still find the EP over there, and you can also find it at my second channel, links in the description. 2 seasons petered out, but I got a taste of the power that the internet could provide. Thousands of people enjoying and listening to the music that I wrote and recorded in my apartment was amazing. So I started posting short snippets of me playing guitar on an app called Vidi. It was marketed as the Instagram of video before Instagram eventually released video and crushed them. Let's watch a clip. Listening back, I feel like during this period, 5 years or so ago, I wasn't far off musically from where I am now. I amassed a small following of a couple hundred people before the app died. For my second last year of music school, we were to put on a final recital, a set of live music that best represented us as musicians. Here's a clip of the Elmore James classic, The Sky is Crying. listening to that, I feel like most of the tools I have now were there, they just needed to be honed a bit. My final year of school started in 2012 and my priorities changed. I was no longer hyper-focused on becoming the best musician I could be. Instead, I was now figuring out how I could make a living in this industry. Songwriting was where my passion lay, and I felt like I had a better chance with that than I did with guitar. Our last year of school had us go into the studio and record 3 songs as a thesis of sort. The first track I did was a redone version of Baby-O, which you may remember from the last video. I think the best of these 3 tunes is a song called Field of White. Let's take a listen.
Oh, it's cruel the way the world can turn. It takes us by surprise. And though you're gone, my love is strong in every tear I cry.
I still view it as one of the better songs I've ever written and would one day love to do something more with it. During my last year of Humber, I was writing a lot. I was also studying directly under the tutelage of Canadian rock legend Rick Emmett of Triumph fame. He taught me almost everything I know about songwriting and pushed me to become better every day. I wrote hundreds of songs in this period, all contained within these books right here. And I had a pretty strong vision for what I thought my career would look like. The long-term goal was to write country music down in Nashville full-time. I felt I had a knack for that style. On top of that, there is still money to be made there. The plan to get my foot in the door was to record these songs with some friends back in Winnipeg in a band called Velvedere. To gain recognition, we were going to create crazy YouTube videos, of which I had many ideas for. There were numerous hiccups with Velvedere. My friend Adam, who has appeared many times in these videos before, started off singing. We shot one video live in the studio, which I posted on my main channel a while back. Let's take a listen.
Oh, there's no money in this town. One by one, the store shut down since you left. Well, I've seen the colors fade, but the swimming hole's still clean. Still, the wind blows through the willows, where a lost and broken heart forever waits. You see, well, some things change. Sometimes some things stay the same.
I can say that this is my favorite song that I've written, though it didn't come easy. We recorded one other tune with Velvedere after Adam decided to step back from singing and focus on producing the band as well as playing rhythm guitar. I crafted this one as best I could to fit the pop country format. We shot a lyric video for it. Here is Up for Getting Down.
Done in love ain't impossible to find. We won't ever know unless we try. So, girl, we can stay here, drink till the morning light, or we can go if you're up for getting down tonight. Are you up for getting down? Let's get lost in what you found. Got me twisting round and round. Yeah, are you up for getting down, down, down?
We did a number of gigs with Velvedere, but it became increasingly more frustrating. See, it was moving way too slow for my tastes. I was single, had no job, and had one focus: making this band happen. Looking back, it was foolish of me to expect that the other guys could put into this project what I could. Because of that, we eventually went our separate ways. Side note, I removed most of the Velvedere stuff from the internet because our logo resembles that of a racist group of fuckheads down in the US. If anyone makes that connection in the future, I'm telling you right now, on the record, it was purely coincidence. As I became more frustrated with the pace of the band, I decided to start posting some short videos on Instagram. Here's the very first thing I posted. It's still available over there. Different hairstyle, same t-shirt. People I didn't know were checking out my page and I was having a ton of fun doing it. Before long, I was trying to add a little bit more production value. You can can find all these and more over at my Instagram page at samuraiguitarist. As my little fan base over there grew, more and more people were asking me where they could find the full versions. The obvious next course of action was getting in on the YouTube game, and here I am now. Reflecting on my life in music has been a wonderful trip down memory lane. Thank you all for joining in. I hope the early stuff wasn't too painful. I've still got a long way to go to achieve the goals I have now, but I'm glad you're along for the ride. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for making it possible for me to have a career in music. All I've ever wanted in life is to be able to do this professionally, and you've made it possible. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.